Before I get started, I'd like to kindly ask that you hit the like button and please subscribe to the channel for more content just like this.
Do or do not. There is no try.
What's in the box?
If it's a severed head, I'm gonna be very upset.
So normally when I do haul videos, I'm showing off VHS, DVDs, Blu-rays.
It's good to be the king.
But in addition to hunting for physical media, I also hunt for toys and action figures. And I figured since most of the time the toys and action figures I collect are movie related anyway, that I would like to start incorporating more videos about the toys that I find. So I'm pretty excited to share another aspect of my collecting with everyone. This is my first ever exclusively Real Shift toy haul. I collect both vintage and new toys, so you get the best of both worlds. And since I haven't done this in a while, this particular haul is going to be stuff that I accumulated over the past month or so. If you like this video and want me to do more like it, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd be interested to hear your feedback. So without further ado, let's get into this month's pickups.
Where does it get those wonderful toys?
First up, I have this Jurassic Park RC car without the remote. This was just in stores fairly recently, but I picked it up at a yard sale for just $1. So that's not a bad score at all. I really don't care about the remote because it's just going to be displayed on a shelf anyway. Up next, I have this Christian Bale Dark Knight figure in a blue and gray variant suit. I've never seen this particular figure before, and I feel like the Dark Knight figures are pretty hard to come by these days. Special shout out to Mrs. Reels for this one. She was at an antique store and saw this in one of the booths and decided to bring it home for me. She's definitely an awesome wife for that, for supporting my collecting habits.
Because it's all part of the plan.
I collect anything Batman related, by the way. In fact, I had almost a whole room dedicated to just Batman, but the unfortunate flood of 2021 kind of wiped that room out. So like the movie room, I plan to rebuild the Batcave and share that with all of you someday as well. I also got this very large Star Wars Rebel pilot from the Goodwill. At first, I thought it was Poe, and I was definitely going to pass on it because I'm not really a fan of the sequel trilogy. But unless this figure just has really bad likeness, I don't think this is supposed to be him. It came out in 2015, so that was right around obviously when The Force Awakens was released, but they do tend to release stuff from the original trilogy whenever a new movie comes out anyway. Either way, it's going to look great on my Star Wars shelf once I get my movie room complete again.
Stay on target. We're too close. Stay on target.
And the final thing as far as retro toys go, I actually really enjoy collecting 90s toys that were made for R-rated movies, because they don't really do that too much anymore. I've specifically been collecting the Terminator 2 line from Kenner, and I found this one figure that I didn't have at a flea market. This is Battle Ready Terminator from the Terminator Future War line. He's got this ammunition belt action, which I'm not quite sure what that does yet, and a attached grenade launcher. Terminator 2 merchandise was just so cool back in the day, and I'd love to get my hands on everything that Kenner put out at some point for my collection.
Why do you cry?
Okay, so I lied. I have one more retro toy to go over. This was kind of obscure, and I found it at Goodwill as well. This is a Fighting Force action figure from 1999. The figure is of the character Mace. For those that don't know, Fighting Force was kind of an obscure game on the PlayStation 1 that I actually remember playing, believe it or not. It actually kind of had a Double Dragon vibe if you wanted a good comparison. Anyway, I scooped this up because it's definitely not something you see every day, especially on card like this.
Buy that for $1.
Okay, so the next batch of items are going to be more modern figures. So I used to visit my local Walmart and Target fairly frequently, but lately, for whatever reason, pickings have been very slim. But I did get lucky one night at Walmart. They had actually just put out a Masters of the WWE Universe wave. Now, I'm not a Masters of the Universe fan, but I am an old school wrestling fan, and this particular line had two of my favorite wrestlers of all time. First up, we have Macho Man Randy Savage in his NWO colors, and I also got Rowdy Roddy Piper.
You're okay. This one, real fucking ugly.
These are wrestling figures with, of course, a Masters of the Universe spin on them. They actually remind me of more articulated versions of the Hasbro line that I had back in the 90s, and that I actually still collect to this day. I just love the exaggerated features on these, and it takes me back to a time when wrestling was fun. As I stated, figures in my stores have been scarce lately, so I did have to resort to buying from Amazon as much as possible, or at least just enough to kind of get my fix in. First thing I got from Amazon was this Neca Ghostface. This isn't the ultimate version of the figure, but it is still pretty cool. Scream is one of my favorite horror movies of all time, and this is definitely a figure that I needed to have. He looks awesome. He has a real cloth outfit. He has interchangeable hands, a voice changer, and a knife.
I'm feeling woozy here.
My goal someday is to have a Neca movie multiverse on one of my shelves in my toy room. I'm fairly new at collecting Neca and I'm a little bit behind, but I'm enjoying hunting them down. Also from Neca, I have this It Chapter 2 Pennywise. Funny story, I actually found this in a Walmart recently, but when I took it up to the register, they wouldn't let me buy it for whatever reason. They said it wasn't in the system, I guess. So I said screw Walmart and I bought it on Amazon when I got home. I was actually a big fan of the new It movies, and I know that's kind of a controversial opinion, but I can't wait to open this bad boy up and put them on display. I want to get all the iconic horror figures, hopefully in time for Halloween season this year. I can't deny Neca's great work, but their supply and demand does leave something to be desired. And last but not least, I have one of my favorite pickups that I got recently. Also from Amazon, this is the Snyder Cut Darkseid from Mcfarlane's DC Multiverse line. I'm so excited to have this figure. Everyone who knows me knows that I'm a Snyder Cut fan, and I was honestly getting a little bit discouraged because I hadn't seen any of these figures in stores yet. But this was a must-have for me. I actually had no idea how massive this thing would be.
Yeah, that's what she said.
I can't wait to open them up and put them on display with the rest of the Snyder Cut figures. That is, if I ever come across them. So that'll do it for this Real Shift toy haul video. Let me know what your favorite pickup was in the comments down below. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time right here on Real Shift. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Y'all be cool. Nah.